Hello, everyone. Hope all is doing well on this lovely Sunday. I always start my videos off by, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry. I always like to start my videos off with saying a disclaimer that I am not a medical profession. Um, Content and the information that I present to you guys in my videos are solely based on my personal experience and research. So I always say do your due diligence and check with your physician before making this type of health alterations. So originally, this video was supposed to have been planned to be a follow-up from my 2-week herbal detox. Well, unfortunately, I had to postpone my herbal detox because my cycle was coming on. And I view my cycle as a natural cleansing process anyway. And I do certain things during that time, before that time, and during that time. So a detox on top of that was out of the question. So I wanted to just take this opportunity, make this quick video to share with you guys some tips and maybe preparation for to make for an easier menstrual cycle and what I do when it comes to my menstrual cycle that helps me get through it a little better. So just some precautions and things like that. So with hormonal imbalances, our menstrual cycle tend to be a little haywire. It's a bit abnormal, it's unpredictable. We don't know whether it's coming or going, and it's just amplified times 10. It's just the worst. So a lot of times we'll experience an unusual heavy flow, like Niagara Falls type flows, just very uncomfortable, very, very uncomfortable flows. You'd experience more pain when it comes to the cramping and abdominal pains and things like that, and more inflammation. Your cycle flow may go longer than the normal 7 days. And sometimes you may skip a couple of months and not see your period at all. So those are some of the symptoms that you would have with abnormal hormonal imbalances. You'll experience that with abnormal periods. My experience personally, I know that through my teens into my 20s, it was the worst. My cycle was terrible. It was so bad to the point where I would have to, I would stay home from school, or I would stay home, I'll call out of work because the cycle was just so that it was just that bad. And back then, the way I would deal with it was, like I said, I would stay home and just lay in bed because it was that uncomfortable. And I would actually be taking like over the counter pain relievers, which I don't anymore. I stopped taking those a long time ago. But that was my knowledge. That was what I did to kind of soothe the pain. Take the Midols and the ibuprofens and things like that. But we don't do that no more. But in my 30s, when I learned how to prepare my body in the herbs and the food that I should be taking to nurture my womb and my reproductive system, I can tell you that it's night and day from then and now. My period has been great so far. I still have those times where it's a little on the heavy side, but I cannot complain. So as I mentioned before, your that time of the month is pretty much viewed as a natural cleansing process, and our job is to assist that process. So the things that we can do is pretty much take it easy, relaxation and rejuvenation. Do things that nourish the body, mind, and also nourish your womb. And what I like to do is pretty much relax. Sometimes I take it easy. I'm a massage therapist, so I try not to book a lot of clients on during that time of the month. And I sometimes would just like take it easy. I wouldn't book any appointments at all. I just take care of myself. I would do a light diet that consists of foods that are nourishing to the womb, fortifying to the womb and the body, of course, and also energizing, because you'll experience the fatigue and tiredness as well. So, and also movement. I know it's comfortable to lay in bed and curled up all day, but that is something that you should not do. Movement is very important because it reduces the stagnation and it helps with the flow of the blood because it's a downward elimination process. So the movement actually helps with that. Also massaging. I like to massage, I call it a PCOS massage. I like to massage the pelvic area and the lower abdomen area, also the tummy too, to help with digestion as well during that time. That also helps with breaking up stagnation and keep the movement flowing and prepares the body, kind of warms it up in a way. Hydration is very important as well. Plenty of water. That also helps with the blood flow. You'll probably experience the blood won't be so thick with the flow. It'll be a nice, it wouldn't be so stagnant and so thick, and you probably wouldn't experience a lot of clotting if you keep super hydrated. So those are a few tips for preparation. And this is what I would do. I would start preparing my body at least a week or so before my actual flow, before the actual period starts, and then also during the period as well. So sometimes when your period is coming on because your body gives you symptoms. That's how I know it's time to start preparing, because your body will let you know. You'll get extra sensitivity with the breasts, cramping a little bit, some irritability, kind of, sort of, so that's how we prepare for it. Some foods I like I mentioned, diet is very important. You want to cut out those heavy inflammatory foods. Ice cream, you get the cravings during the period, but ice cream is something that you kind of want to avoid. Those heavy dairies, heavy meals, because it makes your bloating a lot worse. A lot of salt, because salt produces, swelling as well. So you want to reduce a lot of those things. And like I said, add more, more vegetables, more fruits. A lot of berries are really good as well. Avocados are really good. They're nourishing and they're also anti-inflammatory. And they're also nourishing to the womb. Butternut squash is one of my favorite. I also love pumpkin seeds as well. They all contribute to reproductive health. But squash is a healthy carb. So when you do crave those carbs during that time of the month, squash is a good alternative from the chips and the breads and things like that. The beta carotene in the squash is great for, like I said, reproductive health as well as cervical health as well. Coconut water is super nourishing. It's replenishing and it's hydrating because you're losing a lot of fluids during that time, and you're also on the fatigue side. So coconut water is a good option as well. Also asparagus. Asparagus helps with the fatigue, helps with the blood flow, so that way your cramping won't be as harsh during that time. So that's it on the food end. Now, as far as the herbs that I take, there are two main herbs that I go to for my menstrual cycle, and that's raspberry tea leaf and St. John's bush. They both are great for the reproductive system, and they both help regulate the hormones. I have some raspberry tea leaf here. I don't know if you can actually see or tell, but the little black speckles. These raspberry tea leaves, they're full of antioxidants. I don't know if you can see it. Antioxidants, vitamin A, B, and C, which is also good for your complexion. Like I mentioned before, they help to regulate the hormones. And most importantly, raspberry tea leaf are known to be an astringent herb. Now with astringents, they tonify, fortify, and they strengthen. And that's important because that's exactly what raspberry tea leaf does to your uterine lining. It fortifies it and it strengthens it. That's how you're able, and it helps, and that's how it helps with during your period, because it reduces those menstrual crampings. And it also tastes really good too. So I like to combine that with an amazing herb. I think St. John's bush. I think St. John's bush is one of the best herbs for women's health, women's reproductive health. Let me tell you, the Most High knew what he was doing when he created St. John's bush. This herb is amazing. Raspberry tea leaf was the first herb I started taking until I discovered, this is what it looks like, until I discovered St. John's bush. It's like a little dried, shriveled up leaf. But this little thing does wonders. Helps regulate the hormones. It lightens your mood so you're not as irritable and irritated during that time of the month. It's a good source of iron because we're losing, like I said, we're losing a lot of fluids and a lot of nutrition during that time. So it's a good source of iron, helps to boost that iron level back up. It's a pelvic anti-inflammatory to the pelvic area, and it also helps to reduce the fibroids as well. Most importantly, it's a womb cleanser, and it cleanses all the reproductive organs so that way they can function a lot properly. And a lot of women who are looking to get pregnant actually uses St. John's bush for reproductive benefits. So it's really amazing. And I have to say, since I've been taking the precautionary measures cautiously when it comes to my womb and my reproductive system and my menstrual cycle has been, it's been great. It comes every month, give or take a couple of days. I know when to expect it. It's not as heavy anymore. My periods used to last 13 days sometimes. Like I would say the first day or two, it's kind of on the heavy side, but then on the third day, my period is pretty much non-existent, and I barely get any crampings. Even leading up to the week leading up to my actual flow, I don't get those warning signs at all. I just know that, okay, my period is coming on this day. Let me just start preparing now. I don't even get the tenderness anymore. I don't get the premenstrual cramping. I don't get that anymore because I've been taking care of myself. And it's been a blast. So that's it for my video today. I just wanted to come on here real quick and give you guys something because I hadn't been able to start my herbal cleanse already. So I think I'm going to be starting in a couple of days, and I will definitely make a video on that herbal cleanse. So I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Let me know your experiences with your menstrual cycle and the measures that you've been taking to help ease those menstrual discomforts, so that it's a little bit more easier to get through. If you've tried these herbs that I've mentioned, St. John's bush and raspberry tea leaf, let me know what your experience has been with them. Alrighty, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, also like, share, subscribe, and comment. Yeah, thank you.